ASTROS models can be loaded using the ZONA-MV data loader, or ZNDAL for short. So we can use from the home menu button, the import option, go down to Nastran input output using ZNDAL, and then on this ZNDAL dialog on the top right hand side we have two buttons to load the ASTROS model from the bulk data input deck or from a corresponding output deck where the bulk data has been echoed. Now a point to bring up here is that these bulk data template definitions on the bottom, there's one for Nastran on the left, there's one for ASTROS on the right. If you open up, for example, the ASTROS, it'll come up in Notepad, and these templates tell the loader which bulk data to load. So the names of the bulk data are listed here on the left, and the number of grids that make up each one of those elements is shown here, and then the field loading position identifies to the loader where the grid identification numbers are in which fields for that particular element. So for example, in the CQuad 4, it's a type 4 element, and the field loading positions for the grid references are in fields 4, 5, 6, and 7. So these files can be altered by the user, by you, to load, for example, new bulk data that aren't in the list or that have possibly been added to the program, or even if you wanted to load from a different Nastran type of program that supports different elements, those could be listed in here and then loaded from any bulk data input or output deck. So for this case then, once we're going to select an ASTROS bulk data input deck, we're going to click on this button to select the file. ASTROS input decks typically end with the extension .d. In this case, we have a model called Predator that we can open up, the Predator aircraft model. We click OK, and then we see the model loaded from the input deck. Now we can use the rotation tools on the controls view to get any desired view. And as mentioned in earlier videos, you can use the zone settings button to bring up and look at the elements that were loaded. So for example, we have 1062 C-bar elements that are shown in red, 13,344 C-quad elements, and so on. And you can use the double click on the on to toggle elements on and off. For example, if we turn off the C-quads, then we see all the remaining elements in the model that were loaded. So this is the process to load an ASTROS input deck. We can also, as mentioned, load from an output file. So we'll do the same thing here since we have the modal solution output file for this Predator model. From ASTROS, we can go to select a new ZONA-MV document. So we have a blank document here. Go back to ZNDAL. This time we'll choose the ASTROS output deck from the PRT file. That's typically the extension of the ASTROS output file. We'll go down to the Predator PRT, select Open, click OK, and then after it processes the bulk data deck, it gives us the feedback here for the number of Nastran elements loaded and so on. Then we can see the loaded model. So this time it was extracted from the ASTROS bulk data deck. So in this fashion you can load ASTROS models and view them from either an ASTROS input or output deck.